We're back in the OU tier again for the second time in a row. I'm going to be playing with Eelektross today. Eelektross, of course, is doing really well in the NU tier currently. But I decided to run it in OU, in part because it has the ability to Levitate plus Tera Fairy, which makes it a perfect counter to Great Tusk, which of course is the most used mon in the tier. So at the very least, you can always count on it having some form of utility in a game, especially if you're willing to commit the Tera to it. In the back, I have a Baxcalibur, Zoroark, Hatterene, Slowking core, and between the Zoroark being disguised as Baxcalibur, you can really play mind games with your opponent. They don't want to get a Stealth Rock because of Hatterene, and then they also don't know if Zoroark is Hatterene or whatnot. So, I think in this game, Eelektross as a lead isn't too bad. And we are going to disguise as Baxcalibur. That's basically what I always have done. As the lead off of Meowscarada, which is okay. I didn't really have too much that I wanted to switch into Flower Trick or Knockoff. I think they might just knock off turn 1 here. So I'm actually going to click Flamethrower. I'll probably take quite a lot if this is banded, as they do just go for Flower Trick. And I think that is banded. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna go Iron Moth just in case it is banded. And we can resist it 4 times, right? Yeah. And now unfortunately I am not the Discharge set. If I had Discharge I would go for it here, predicting the Pelipper to come in. But that's not what we're running. That's okay. I'm just gonna go Slowking here. Slowking is specially defensive and clean up any hit the Pelipper goes for. And what's even better is that we get to go for Chilly Reception. Maybe I'll go for Future Sight first, actually. As we hit ourselves in Confusion, which is unfortunate. Our opponent gets very lucky there. I mean, yeah, the Confusion is a decent chance, but the hitting yourself in Confusion shouldn't be happening like this. Alright, let's do it again. If we hit ourselves 3 times in a row, then I guess I deserve to die. Alright. Future Sight now. My opponent decides to switch out into Iron Moth to absorb it, and that's why I decided to go for the Future Sight here. And at this point, I think I need to keep this around, probably. I really don't want to have to go Baxcalibur here. I think it would be best to just sack Eelektross. Alright, well I'll take that. As I will go for the Giga Drain here. They may U-turn or Surf. If they Surf, they may kill me. And actually go Rotom Wash and I get a crit. Crit not with the Giga Drain, but with the Future Sight. So that's fantastic for me. Here, I actually, now that I'm back up to a decent amount of health, so I don't want to keep this around. And looking at my Iron Moth, I don't really get off too much with this. So they go for Knockoff, and that's great play. U-turn won't do too much to me. If they had killed me with Knockoff, that would have been fine by me. Because, as we see, Iron Moth isn't doing too much to Pelipper. Maybe Dragonite. And Great Tusk, it doesn't really touch either. So, at this point, I am going to actually just stay in and sack this, I think. Yeah, I should not do that. I want to keep Hatterene healthy for the Dragonite, I think is the main thing that I'm worried about there. So maybe I'll just go for Sludge Wave here. Get off some damage. As they go for Rapid Spin, which is fine. Maybe they expected me to be going into Eelektross hard, which would make some sense, I suppose. Alright, now they're going to definitely outspeed me, I think. Oh, we'll go Eelektross now, I guess. Keep that around. They do go for a Rapid Spin again. That's fine. Alright, and we'll just sack this now. They should be able to kill me with another Rapid Spin. I think that means this is more offensive. Offensive to Eelektross does 17 to 21%. So since it's doing 23%, that's jolly. They're adamant. And that is an adamant roll that you can get. So it's possible they're not choice banded, but they're definitely extremely offensive. So we'll just keep that in the back of our heads. Alright. You know, at this point I'm gonna go Slow King. I think. Slow King, 71% from knockoff, so I might die to knockoff here. Let's just surf. I want to see if they are choice banded. What the heck? Alright, well I wasn't expecting Mega Horn. So they're adamant and not choice banded. So then we will just go Hatterene on you and click Psychic. I don't think there's any reason to predict when my opponent had Mega Horn and Great Tusk. I have never seen that ran once. And they go for Headlong Rush. And I really wish I had some form of priority on my back's Caliber, but I don't. So that is what it is. At this point, I sort of have to go back Caliber and Terastallize. And like I said before, I wish I had Ice Shard on this set, but I don't. Okay, so we don't die there. But it's looking pretty bad for us. I'm pretty sure we're going to lose this. Since Meowscarada just sort of sweeps at this point, I think knockoff just wins the game. Let's look for a new game while we're waiting for my opponent to make their move. Alright, in this game, Great Tusk is there. Eelektross doesn't look great because they have Clodsire, but we'll see if they what they decide to do there. Not sure why they decided to do this. They're just throwing that away, I guess. Alright, go back to this game. Alright. Oh, wow. Oh, they actually, I can't believe they did that. That's really surprising. Okay. So, they decided to go for Flamethrower, which was resisted. Do they have Sucker Punch? If they have Sucker Punch, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm gonna go into my Iron Moth and Morning Sun. And now I will go for Toxic Spikes. Now we go into Zoroark. As they go Pelipper, yep, as I thought they would. And now I'm just gonna click Shadow Ball. Go back over to this game so we don't time out here. I'm gonna go with Iron Moth as a lead. And then once again back Excalibur is the Zoroark disguise. Okay, so my opponent actually leads off with Clodsire. I'm gonna go Hatterene here. That does a lot of damage, and they actually miss out on the Hydro Pump. So I think I just won this game. Okay, they go for Earthquake there. I'm gonna just Psychic here. Don't want to predict or anything. I do go Corviknight. I'm gonna click Nuzzle. A slow Pokemon is always good. Okay, I definitely should not have won this game. I don't know why my opponent decided to throw it like that. Oh, alright. And this is an Ironhead Corviknight, which you don't usually see. I'm gonna go into my Iron Moth now, because I don't expect them to Brave Bird there. And now here I'm going to just go for Flamethrower. Never know what kind of play my opponent's gonna make. And if they decide to try to U-turn or something instead of going into Rotom or to Skeledirge or whatever. I could also get a random burn on the Clodsire, which would be appreciated. Wow, I can't believe I spoke that into existence. Okay. I'll go Hatterene again. Yeah, I guess I will. They should always go for Earthquake still. And I won't take anything from Earthquake. I'm gonna Nuzzle here because, like I said, I won't take anything from Earthquake. They may, to be honest, try to sack this Clodsire because it's burned now, and so it doesn't really do too much. But if they decide to go into Corviknight again, now it's paralyzed. And now that's a lot more manageable. For this time, I'm going to go Slowking. I don't want them to go for Brave Bird into my Iron Moth. And that would be a bad play. So yeah, going back to that last game, I don't know why my opponent decided to sack their Dragonite to Icicle Spear and Quick Flamethrower on my Dragapult. That was really not... on my Excalibur, that was really not a good play. But we'll take those. Okay, nice to go Rotom Wash here. I'm gonna go Eelektross. I am Assault Vest. If they trick me, then they can no longer trick anything else. And I don't care about getting burned either, so I'll take it. Giga Drain is fine, I think, as an initial play. It does a lot of damage to the Rotom, especially if we get a crit. Now I will go for the Discharge, because it still hits Rotom, and hits Skeledirge. Okay. I'm gonna Giga Drain again here, just in case they decide to go Great Tusk on a Discharge. I think that's the play. You can see the Rotom does no damage to Eelektross. Hydro Pump will do a bit more, of course, but you have to risk hitting as well, and you're committing to staying in when you've seen I have Giga Drain. The Giga Drain will do a bit to Clodsire. I don't think they stay in here. I'm gonna Giga Drain again. Maybe they stay in, and I'll regret this play. But if they click Iron Head like that, I don't really see this as being a threat either. Yeah, so they give me the Corviknight, which is fantastic. I think that's a lot of value you can get out of your Eelektross. Don't know why you would do that. Alright, so they have a booster energy. And let's give them an attack boost. And we're going to Eelektross. If I Tera, close combat is 45%. Alright, let's just make sure I did this right. Yeah, 45% to me. And if they're -1 Spadef, then Giga Drain kills. So we're gonna do that. As they Headlong Rush a Fairy type, or a Levitating Pokemon, not really that great. So unfortunately we don't get the Oko, but it is what it is. I'm gonna click Giga Drain again, because if they decide to stay in and go for a move like that, then I'll kill them. Whereas if I had overpredicted and gone for Flamethrower, like Meowscrota or something, then that would have been bad. Okay, they do go Meowscrota now. I sort of want to keep this around for the Rotom. But my Iron Moth has not really that much use other than dealing with this. They do go for Knockoff, which is fair. But at this point, I think I can just go into Baxcalibur and go for the Dragon Dance. It doesn't really help against Clodsire or Skeledirge, but I cannot get burned by either of them. And then if this is banned, and now I outspeed it. So 1, 2, 3. We get at least 4 hits. Or actually, no, because they knocked off my loaded dice. I forgot. So that was a bit risky. We'll just Earthquake the Skeledirge. They may Tera into Fairy or something. As they actually miss out on the KO. I don't know if that was a roll, but that could be pretty crucial here. I forced the Tera. And now I can I'm gonna go Zoroark here. I'm gonna Trick. I could trick the Rotom, which might be unfortunate. But if they go Clodsire, that's okay. And if they stay in, that's also okay. My opponent should know 100% that this is Zoroark. So now they're locked into Will-O-Wisp. So now I can click Shadow Ball. And they have to switch. Now they go Rotom. Now the Rotom's gone. Got a crit there. I don't think that one mattered. And so now they have either the Skeledirge, which they could go back into. And then we'll be able to see what they lock themselves into. At this point, the Clodsire is pretty specially defensive. I don't think I can beat it with the Zoroark, so I don't want to go into Slowking and get hit by a Shadow Ball just because my opponent isn't aware of how that works. You know, now I'm going to go Eelektross here, and I'm going to click the Giga Drain, as they actually do kill me. So that's a bit of a misplay on my part. Alright, we'll go Slowking and click Future Sight. That's what I should have always done, because they're not going to do anything to me. And I can just now spam Surf. And I will... what do I sack? Let's do some quick calc. Alright, Baxcalibur against Clodsire. OU defensive. Earthquake does a lot of damage. 76% min. So there's no reason for me to save this. I'll just slack off in case they decide to switch. Now Baxcalibur can come out and just click Earthquake, and that'll be GG. Or at least it should be. This particular set actually doesn't have very much defense investment, so this could be not the right play. But I think Earthquake forces them to attack me at the very least, and then I should be able to come out and kill them with Hatterene. Alright, there we go. Maybe not as clean as I would have liked, but not too bad either. Okay. Now we're fighting Protean Spam, which is interesting. I don't know how I feel about that in today's meta, but it is a very fast team at the very least. 3 very fast boys, 2 bulky waters. I don't know why they needed 2 bulky waters, but whatever, man. I guess maybe it's for the ice types, because, well, I don't know. I don't know why they have 2 bulky waters there. And then Garchomp, which is fair enough. Okay, so Eelektross does go in on this team a bit, because this is Giga Drained, this is Discharged, this is Discharged, and you have to click like Outrage on me, and if I Tera Fairy, then what does this have? Fire Fang, Iron Head, Stone Edge? I'm not sure what they would have, but they probably can't touch me. So against these 4, Eelektross does really well. So I need to deal with these 2 and then we're fine. I'm going to lead off with my Iron Moth, because I don't think Iron Moth does too much in this game. And I'm gonna do the same thing for Zoroark. Do Baxcalibur. Yeah, and then I can click Flamethrower here. We're not gonna predict if they decide to stay in, and I can kill them. And that's great. If they decide to kill me with Banded Knockoff, then I go Baxcalibur here, and I click Icicle Spear. I really want this dead. As we get 2 hits, so it's very unfortunate. This team is a bit Meowscarada weak, and we've seen a whole bunch of Meowscaradas in this particular live. It's sort of interesting. I'm gonna go Eelektross here. I'm gonna Tera Fairy and click the let's check the damage real fast. I think maybe I should have done that before I went into it. The OU Choice Band, and it's Arc. Discharge is 56% min, so that should be okay. Alright. I'm gonna go Hatterene, because they may go for Stealth Rock, and I don't want those going up if I can help it. Doesn't really hurt too much, but yeah. Alright. Now I'm gonna start spamming Nuzzle. And go back into Eelektross. No, actually, no, we're not gonna do that. Gonna click Calm Mind, I guess. Now I can go for Calm Mind again. Yeah. The Slowking here, I can't afford that to get chipped at all. I do go Pyro Ball. And just click Chilly Reception here, as they probably go into Gastrodon or something. Or not. Okay. Hatterene again. Back into Slowking. I'll slack off again. Or slack off now if they go for Pyro Ball again. I went for high jump kick that time. I'm not sure what that means. Very interesting. I'm gonna chilly out. It's pretty safe. I can come back in again if I have to. Don't know what my opponent's thinking here. Yeah, I go Meowscarter now. Just gonna go for Draining Kiss. I think that's the correct play here. I guess they could always U-turn. And I suppose I could Nuzzle the Flower Trick. Okay. I guess I could have Psychic predicting that. I don't know. Okay. And, Grass. Flower Trick is 98% damage. I'm 100%. Tera Fairy. This does 87% chance to KO. With Zoroark, 100% chance to KO, and Slowking, of course, is going to die. So we have to go into this and just pray that we live for somehow, but we don't. So that'll be the game. Alright, no Meowscarada on this team, so we should be doing a bit better now. But that being said, it is a very offensive team, so we have to make sure that we don't lose any momentum. If we can help it. And I do need to keep Hatterene healthy. I think as a lead, they may decide to try to lead off with the Iron Treads or Tinglu. Tinglu is a bit of a problem for this team, I do think. I'm gonna lead off with Iron Moth, maybe. Okay, as they do lead off with Iron Treads. Let's go for Flamethrower here. See if I can get a kill real fast. They actually go for Knockoff, which is really interesting because if they'd gone for Earthquake, then we would have been great. Okay, I'm going to go Eelektross on you. And now we go into Hatterene on the Stealth Rock. We go for Ruination, that works too. I'll just click Draining Kiss. They just sack their Iron Treads, which is fine by me. They do have a grounded poison type, so that they will be able to absorb the oh, this is interesting. How much do I do to Amoonguss? Hatterene, Amoonguss, I'll use Spore. Huh. Well, they can't kill me, so I guess I won't Terra then. Yeah, that was not the correct play there. I'm gonna click Draining Kiss now. They do sack the Roaring Moon. Fantastic. Okay. Here we're gonna just click Draining Kiss to break the multi-scale. And now I'm gonna click Psychic. And hopefully we can out-damage them. Extreme speed there. And that doesn't quite kill. So, Slowking against Dragonite. Offense Dragon Dance, just for sake of argument, at +2. Surf and the normal Terra. Surf does not do very much damage, but they're not multi-scale either. But there's 30%. And Extreme Speed has a chance to kill me. Man. Zoroark could come out. And of course, we kill. It just depends on if they think I'm Baxcalibur or not. I think that's what we're going to go with here. And I'm just going to click the Flamethrower. Yeah, there we go. So you don't want me to click Ice Shard, you click Extreme Speed, and I get the kill with the Flamethrower. Okay. And yeah, okay, cool. My opponent forfeits. I think at that point I probably would have gone into Eelektross. We are Assault Vest, we can scout to see what set they are. I didn't need my Eelektross for the Amoonguss, which is really low. the Tinglu. So I think I'm pretty glad that I did not terastallize my Hatterene there. I don't think it would have been that valuable, and it might have been a lot more valuable to terastallize the Eelektross to Fairy for Tinglu maybe, or maybe terastallize the Slowking even, in case this was like knockoff or something. Okay. Another game with no Meowscarada, that's always a good sign. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any speed EVs into my Eelektross, so this Kingambit probably outspeeds me. If I'm not Tera Fairy, if I Tera Fairy, then I'll resist the Kowtow, and that could come into play. If I am Tera Fairy, then they can just Iron Head me. So it's a bit rough, but we'll see what we can do here. I'm actually going to lead off with the Eelektross, maybe? Because I can get a lucky para on the Dragapult, which I think they would lead off with. We'll see. Oh, whoops, back. Okay. And we always lead off disguise as Baxcalibur. Okay. We'll just discharge here in case they decide not to U-turn out. As they do U-turn, which is fair enough. And they do go Tinglu. We'll Giga Drain you. So they do get up a spike. I'm gonna go Hatterene here. They might predict that. But if they don't, then it'll be spike for spike. I think that's okay. Dragapult. Choice Specs versus my Hatterene. Shadowball is 100%. Well, I don't think you Draco Meteor here. So we'll go into Zoroark. And that'll be fine, I guess. I'm gonna click Grass Knot because you have Tinglu. Yep, like that. And then you also have Greninja. I'm gonna go Eelektross on this. It deals with the Earthquake as well as the Corviknight Plague. Okay. A Giga Drain again. And I am Assault Vest, so I'm actually gonna stay in, tank this hit, and try to see if I can get a lucky Tera, which I don't, unfortunately. If I get this dead, how good is that? I don't know, because the Greninja is still there. And I sort of want to keep this around for Corviknight, I don't know. Let's go for it. You can Tera Fairy here. You don't get the para. So I'll Giga Drain here. Because I think you saved this. And they obviously can't touch me. So you either go into Garchomp or Tinglu. Maybe you go Kingambit, but I am spamming Discharge. I don't think you want that. So I think you go into Tinglu or Garchomp. And I can just Giga Drain again. I am curious as to what these Garchomps are running nowadays. I haven't really seen Garchomp do much. I'm assuming it's just like Stealth Rock, Dragon move, something like that. Not really sure, to be honest. Okay. Okay, so they are Terrifier, Terra Blast. That's cool. Here we just go into Zoroark, and they have nothing really for Zoroark. They should know this is Zoroark if they were paying attention. But we do quite a considerable amount to the Corviknight, and I will take that. The Shadow Ball again. I actually get a Spit F drop, which is interesting. I don't think they're going to Sucker Punch here, so we'll take that damage. And at this point, Iron Moth, because I want to get the offensive momentum, I'm going to set up for the Baxcalibur sweep in the back. And we'll just click Flamethrower here. I don't think that Garchomp can really do too much about that. Tinglu can come in, and Corviknight can just die, which is fine by me. I'll probably go Greninja here, which is okay by me. I don't really need my Slowking at this point, so I will sack the Slowking to Greninja. Hopefully their choice specs and go for a water move. That'd be the preferred option. I will Chilly Reception here in case they are choice specs, as I think they might have been. And I will go into the Hatterene, I suppose. And now Hatterene always dies to Shadow Ball at this point. So nothing to be done about that. But maybe I should have saved it, I don't know. Excalibur comes out and it does not die. Now I can Dragon Dance up. The King Gambit is the only thing that really has a chance of Sucker Punching and whatever. Now we Icicle Spear. That does so much damage. Definitely going to be in range of Sucker Punch. There goes Garchomp. And they're probably almost certainly going King Gambit, right? Unless they go Greninja. Let's check damage on this. Greninja choice specs, yep. Against Excalibur. +1 attack. Icicle Spear does not kill. And Earthquake only has a 12% chance to kill. So I have to Glaive Rush, but if I do that, then I will lose to the Sucker Punch. Well, actually, let's see this. King Gambit. King Gambit offensive. Sucker Punch does 37% minimum, so I'm already in range of Sucker Punch. And their Scarf. Of course they are. Okay. So let's go for the go for Toxic Spikes. They might sack the Gambit or the Tinglu here. They obviously can't really stay in. And they need this Mon for Dark Pulse, I think. So if they try to sack King Gambit, we will take that. If they go into Tinglu, that's fine too. And if they stay in and get some chip, then they actually lose their choice Scarfer. I don't really think that matters too much. Unfortunately, we used our Tera up, but oh well. That's how the cookie crumbles. Now we can come in and slack off. We actually stayed pretty healthy. But King Gambit comes out and just kills us with Kowtow, and that's fine. That's pretty expected. Okay, now we're facing Sun. Fortunately for Sun, we do have Slowking. That is one of the reasons why Slowking is on the team. Just in case we run into Sun, you never want to get cheesed by it. And having Slowking is a really useful option for Sun. I feel like usually against Slowking teams, the Sun team probably would want to lead off with their banded Roaring Moon. So I'm going to lead off with my lead off my Eelektross, I guess. Then we'll go Slowking, and everything else is the same. Okay, here we Volt Switch out. If they decide to okay, we Chilly Reception now. This is fantastic. They do get rocks up, but this is fine. I can go into my Hatterene, I guess. And then I go for the Draining Kiss, because they don't have any switch-ins. Other than, I guess, Torkoal. But if Torkoal dies, then we're golden, right? I'm actually gonna click the Draining Kiss again, because I don't expect them to stay in. I guess I could have clicked Nuzzle, that might have been a better play. Gonna sack the Iron Moth, it doesn't do too much of this game. They Tera Fire in the Sun Powerball and that kills. Man, that's strong. Okay. One of the weaknesses of this team is that it is very slow. There we go. Got that out of the way. I'm going to go into Back's Caliber now. I'm going to Tera Dragon and Dragon Dance up. If they hit me, then they'll regret that decision. Great Tusk. OU Offensive versus Back's Caliber. It is Terastallized. Doesn't two-shot. I think I'm gonna... well, I guess the question is, and the reason I'm thinking about Dragon Dancing up again, is that if they are plus speed, they gotta be jolly, with a bit less of attack. I believe we saw that they were plus speed, right? Roaring Moon, got the speed and the sun, yeah. So this is what they are running, more or less. And in the sun, against Back's Caliber, it'd be 555. If I hit +2, I'm 600. So I think Dragon Dance up again is the correct play. Knock an Icicle Spear. And I'll just Icicle Spear again, I suppose. Now they'll go Dragonite. The main thing is they can't go Roaring Moon and just sweep my team. And if they don't go Dragonite, then that'll be great. If they do go Dragonite, I'm gonna go Zoroark here. Because we're not letting that happen. And at this point, they are gonna run out of Sun. I'm gonna Trick here. I'll trick their Cinderace, and now they're no longer banded. Which I will take that for sure. Our Back's Caliber dies to Stealth Rock, so we will just let that happen. And I need to get Regenerator on the Slowking. In the sun, Cinderace. Cinderace, I believe, still kills. They were choice banded, but they're no longer choice banded. And Slowking in the sun from Tera Fairy. Fireball still kills. So I've got to sack something else. I think the something else that's going to be sacked is the Eelektross. Okay. Here we Chilly Reception out. Oh my stars. Alright, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's go into my... Oh, there we go. If they miss 2, we'll be fine. But they don't miss 2. Alright. Oh, we'll forfeit that game. So despite having a anti-sun option in Slowking, I actually still lose against Sun because Cinderace's Pyro Balls do way too much and this team is very slow. So unfortunate. Now we're facing Electric Terrain Spam. Fortunately, I have an Electric Terrain Mon of my own. I will get the special attack boost though, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, one option is just Calm Minding up with Hatterene right away. Wonder how well that would play out. Let's find out. They can Discharge Hair me, which would be annoying, but it is their best play in this given situation, I believe. Mabosstiff doesn't do super effective damage to me. And if I get enough boosts, Iron Moth won't do too much, and I can just Psychic it. And if I can kill them here, I don't know if they die. I'm pretty sure they don't. Because Pincurchin is generally pretty bulky. But if they do die, like that, then they only have as many turns left here as they get. Let's see, Hatterene versus Mabosstiff. RE Choice Band, sure. Crunch does not kill me, and I just Draining Kiss it all back. As they play Rough, which also does not kill me, I can just Draining Kiss again. I could have Tera Steeled there, I suppose. But I think I like my typing the way it is better. And I cannot set up with our Hawlucha or anything like that. Ooh, I really want to do this. I really want to do it. Do I do it to him? I feel like that's such a bad play to Tera Steel. But if I had, then I would have lived. And that would have been great. But it would have been a bad play, I think, almost objectively. And I think what I do here is I go Eelektross because I am a Sol Vest, and I just spam Discharge. Because that means that they can't go Hawlucha. The Hawlucha will not get the Unburden in this game. Which is fine by me. And at this point I think you have to go Iron Hands. Maybe, I guess Hawlucha works too. Let's go hard Slowking. We go for close combat, which is a bit surprising because I do have a Zoroark. But that's okay. And let's go for Surf again. I go for Terra Blast, which is definitely not the play. I'm surprised they didn't go for like, I guess they had to be Acrobatics. And Acrobatics would have been really weak, so it probably wouldn't have killed me, whereas Brave Bird would have. At this point, I don't need Eelektross. I will go into you. And I may outspeed. I'm not sure. I'll just click Flamethrower. I do not outspeed. I'm going to go into Zoroark here and click Trick. If they decide to go for the Drain Punch, then that's fantastic. If they go for the Thunder Punch, then I will go into my Baxcalibur here and Terastallize and Dragon Dance up. I can't believe you've done this to me. Well, that's beyond unfortunate. Because I think we just had this game wrapped up if they'd had not paralyzed me like that. Alright, fortunately they are Life Orb, they are not Booster Energy. Or maybe that's an unfortunate thing, I'm not sure. Let's go Iron Moth first and just Sludge Wave. Okay, they are Psyshock. Are they Thunderbolt as well? Calc time. Slowking versus Valiant. And let's say you're Calm Mind. With Thunderbolt, that does absolutely nothing to me. So what I need to do is Future Sight. And then we slack off spam. And that should win us the game. Yeah, because as you can see, that actually did a lot more than I was thinking it would. That's because this calc was Booster Energy, not Life Orb. But we were at full, so it was still fine. Alright, so a bit of a rough ride today. Meowscarada weak for sure. And I think I should have won against the Sun team. I definitely did something wrong, I just don't know what I did. We didn't face that many Great Tusks. Really, the whole point of today's live is to fight Great Tusk, and we didn't really fight that many. So it's a bit disappointing, but you did get to see that Eelektross can still scare their opponents with Discharge, and the Assault Vest always comes in clutch. You know, you're going to throw Assault Vest on so many Pokemon and just have them trade 1-for-1 against a Pokemon because of their bulk. But I think if I were to go back, maybe put Ice Shard over Glaive Rush even, maybe? On Baxcalibur, just something for priority on this team, because the team needs it for sure. And then maybe Choice Scarf instead of this Iron Moth set. I think Iron Moth is the mon that needs the most work. Alright, that'll be it for me today. I'll catch you guys next time.